Hey there, welcome to Knoxville Personal Training. I'm Roxy Marmaduke, and I'm going to show you how to make this spaghetti squash. A lot of clients have asked me how this is done, and it's quite simple. I'll show you kind of a little shortcut that I do. So usually the spaghetti squash has a little sticker on it, and usually it tells you how to cook it, so that's very helpful. So just peel that off. I'm going to show you the quick little way. I mean, it's not that quick, but it really helps, a quicker way of cooking the spaghetti squash. So without stabbing yourself, you're going to stab the spaghetti squash like a bunch of times. So maybe like 8 or 10 times. Just be careful not to stab yourself, okay? So let's stab it maybe one more time here. There we go, that's good. I'm going to pop this in the microwave for 5 minutes just to kind of loosen it up, soften it up. So when I take it out of the microwave, I'm going to show you how to cut the spaghetti squash and then how to cook it. So by putting it in the microwave for 5 minutes, it really helps soften it up, because otherwise this is really hard to cut, okay? So I'm just going to take it to the microwave. I've popped it in the microwave now. It's going to take 5 minutes just to kind of soften up some. I went ahead and preheated my oven to 350 degrees, okay? So when this is all said and done, you're going to cook your spaghetti squash at 350 degrees for about 45 to 50 minutes, okay? Okay, so now the spaghetti squash has been in the microwave for 5 minutes. It's very hot. So when you take it out of the microwave, make sure to use something to help protect your hands from the heat of the spaghetti squash, okay? So the spaghetti squash is a lot softer now, so I can go ahead and cut into it. I'm going to cut this in half. It's still a little hard to do, but believe me, it's so much easier now. Okay, so now I have cut the spaghetti squash in half, and you see all these little seeds? We're going to need to get those seeds out. So just take like a spoon or a fork or something and just scrape it out as best as you can. This part can be a little messy, but it's not so bad. The final product is going to be awesome, and you're going to love it because it is a great way to like make spaghetti and use spaghetti squash instead of pasta. And just be careful, that spaghetti squash is still hot. Okay, that should be good for now. So I'm going to place that just on the tray so I can put it in the oven, and I'll go ahead and start on the next one. So now the spaghetti squash is done. It's out of the oven. I've let it cool for about 5 minutes, so it's still a little bit warm to the touch. So be careful when you take the spaghetti out of the spaghetti squash. So what you want to do is you'll want to just start kind of with a fork, just kind of loosening up the spaghetti squash here. So you can kind of see, you know, it looks like spaghetti. So I'm just loosening that up right now. Really trying to get as much possible out of here as I can. And I'll just go ahead and start dumping that in a little container. Ooh, still a little hot. So you're going to want to do that for both halves of the spaghetti squash. This is just such a nice treat to be able to have this as like a pasta type of dish. I've made it before with like Alfredo sauce and using the spaghetti squash instead of regular pasta noodles. This is a great gluten-free alternative. It's a great way to get some extra fruit and veggies in throughout your day, is just by adding some spaghetti squash. So, I mean, that's kind of what your spaghetti squash will look like. This is great to, you know, just throw on some marinara sauce and some, you know, sliced chicken, add some broccoli to it. It's just going to be such a great pasta dish to have, but it's not pasta, it's spaghetti squash. So if you like this, please share it on Facebook. Check out KnoxvillePersonalTraining.com and like us on Facebook. Thank you so much. I'm Roxy Marmaduke.